Hi, I'm Clay Wilde. I play Aiden. Nelson approached me. Originally, he gave me a phone call and he said, "Hey, I've got this role for you in mind. Would you mind reading my script?" So I said, "Yeah, sure. Send me the script." And I took a look over it and I read over it and I was pretty impacted by the piece. It was exciting. It was thrilling. And I liked the character he had in mind for me, which was Aiden. What I liked about Aiden is he was someone I could relate to. He's not exactly the strongest guy in the room, but he's pretty sharp, and he's also not afraid of taking risks. I'd say Aiden measured his position in life and make the bet that these risks, he's smart enough to navigate through these waters filled with all these big sharks, and he can come out on top. Now, what he doesn't like is big variables, and I think Samuel is a big variable for Aiden. What I liked about the story is it's very relatable. I think to most young men, there is a point where we look at the world and we go, well, with all these regulations and how hard they've made it for people who don't have a lot of money in this life, it would be easier to choose a life of crime. And I think it's a decision that every young man has to make, whether to be a person of character and take the hard path, but the more meaningful path, or take the easy way out. So I think I related personally with Samuel's path. What I used for that is I personally was in a pretty horrific car accident when I was younger. When I was 21, I had just gotten a new car, and my friend told me he was good to drive. He wasn't good to drive. He was drunk, and he put us in a pretty dangerous situation where I almost ended up losing my life. Now, I never got to, I was angry about it, but I never got to release that anger. So I kind of saw that scene as, what would I do if I had just told my friend exactly how dangerous and how afraid of a situation I was put into? No, I didn't almost lose my voice. I have a lot of training, and so I'm able to use my diaphragm, and yeah, it wasn't a real big threat for me. It was a pretty simple process. I felt safe with Nelson. We rehearsed the scene over and over again to make sure that I was okay and I wasn't falling on anything dangerous. And also I have training in gymnastics, so I kind of carried that over. I think I could, like when I looked at what Jordan was doing, there was a time in my life where I was considering going down a similar path. Now, I didn't get nearly as far as Jordan did in that direction, but it kind of was interesting to see how comfortable he was with every choice he was making. Like, he had been there and dealt with all the guilt, and it made me feel about the decisions I've made in my life. Let's just put it that way.